I got a phone call. They said they were his assistant. And I was like, what? Tupac's assistant. He'd like you to come back out to LA and shoot one of his one of his videos, one of his, I was like, what? I mean, my mouth was just like unbelievable, twisted up. Is this a joke? It's a bad joke. She said, no, he wants you to go to the airport and there'll be a ticket there waiting for you and come back out so that you can shoot in one of his videos, his music videos. I didn't know which one it was going to be, So I got things arranged. It took a few days, and it didn't matter. She didn't say I had to go right away, but as soon as I got things ready, the plane ticket would be there. And so I got ready. I went to the airport, and I told them my name. And they said they didn't have a ticket. Believe that? They said they didn't have a ticket. And I was just like, I mean, you talk about like your bottom dropping out, just like everything falling out. There was no ticket. I was just like, wow. So I go back home, and then I called the lady who answered the phone, the one who had contacted me, the assistant, and I told her that I went there and that there wasn't a plane ticket. And she says, no, you got to go back. There is a ticket. There's a ticket waiting for you. I'm sorry. There was, some kind of mix-up. Just go back to the air, please. Just go back. There will be a ticket. And, I'm so stupid. That's how stupid I am. That's how crazy I am about this guy. I'm so dumb. I want to go back one more time so I can get slapped in the face. You know what I'm saying? So that I can get over this whole thing and be over this whole situation. But when I got to the airport, there was a ticket. And I flew out that night, got there the next morning, and there was somebody picked me up at the airport in a van, and they took me to a Holiday Inn. I want to say it was in Hollywood, and checked me into the hotel. And they said, hey, we'll give you a call and let you know what time everything is going to be and all the information. So here I am in this hotel room, and I'm like, wow. So this is how this goes. Because I'd never shot video before, music video before, so I really didn't know. I didn't know if it was like making adult films or exactly how it went. I'd never done one before.
And
but
the video was How Do You Want It, right?
How Do You Want It? Like I said, when I'm in the hotel, it was probably about 3 or 4 days before I actually got some information about what was about to happen. And I was told to go downstairs the next morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and someone will be there to pick you up. So when I went downstairs, oh my God, I don't believe what I see. But there's Heather. She's sitting in the lobby. And then here comes Jeannie Pepper, and here comes Champagne, and there's Nina Hartley. And I was like, oh my God, we're all squealing like some dumb bitches, just like, oh my God, And I was just like in shock because we kind of talked about my friends when I had seen them, which was not even a week ago, right? And they're all there to shoot this video with Tupac. And I was like, wow. So someone showed up, picked us all up, took us to a set. I vaguely remember seeing, what's his name? The bald-headed guy that owned the company. I saw him once or something like that, but they took us to a trailer. And I'm not talking about Tupac, by the way. They took us to a trailer, and it was just us, just the few of us. It was like maybe six, maybe seven, because there might have been another girl I didn't know there that would have been in the adult industry. And we were in this trailer, okay? And so when we went to wardrobe and they were getting us ready for the first shot where it was Victorian style, that's when we saw tons of other girls. Lots and lots of girls running around and all of this. And, we were just like, wow, look at these must be video girls, all of this kind of mess, right? So long story short, of course, we shoot the Victorian scene in the beginning, whipped cream, the cherries and whatnot. And, Pac came into the trailer when it was like lunchtime just to chill or to take a break, smoke some weed, drink some shots, champagne, whatever. It was like whatever we wanted, we had it right there in the trailer. But it was just us girls in the adult industry. It wasn't all the other girls. It was like they were just like a whole, I don't know what to call them, but they were all together, like crammed together in another area somewhere else. Halfway through the video shoot, though, Pac, he had made this, big announcement because there was some kind of discrepancy. I believe that Heather might have had some kind of discrepancy with other girls in the business or in the video shoot. And there was talk about how we were porno girls, X-rated girls, these girls, we didn't know them, and they were just kind of talking down about us. And they were talking about how they were getting paid so much more money than we were getting paid to do the video. And none of us really knew how much we were getting paid. I think we all went basically just because we were asked to do it, It wasn't even about money. It was about having that opportunity to be in a Tupac video, And, but it upset Heather. And I think she said something to Tupac about it. And so right in the middle of the shoot, he just stopped the shoot right then and there and let everybody know who we were and that we were adult film stars and, that we needed to be treated equally, if not better, than all the rest of them and not disrespectful. And if anybody wanted to be disrespectful to any of us, they could just leave. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about shocked, like my mouth just hit the ground. I mean, this is in front of the camera crew, all the extras. I mean, in front of everybody. He stood up and had something to say to everybody about how they were disrespecting us and talking down at us and the whole bit, and that just like that right there was like $1 million. That was like $1.5 million. And, he had said to me that day in the trailer, he was sitting across from the table. We were all sitting at a table and he's looking at me and he just said, "Are you happy?" And I just, yeah, I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy. But that meant so much. Now, I don't care what he said to anybody else because the point is this. He loved women. And you're in a room full of women, but you feel like you're the only one. That's how he made you feel. You know what I'm saying? And amongst these girls that I worked with in the adult industry, I didn't feel any kind of envy or jealousy or any of that. It didn't matter because I knew what I had with Pac, and it was special. It was great. It was real, And he was not fake. He didn't act one way and then turn and act another way around other people or this or that. So when he said that to me, "Are you happy?" And I knew what we had talked about in that time that I had met him, I was happy. And I thanked him. You know what I'm saying? So, K-Ci and Joseph, K-Ci and JoJo, they were there. Disgusting. absolutely disgusting. Those two are disgusting. You hear me? And I had to stand next to them to shoot a scene in that movie or video. And notice I said movie. You know why? Because while I'm standing next to K-Ci JoJo, K-Ci, he just kept mauling me. You understand? Like grabbing my ass and trying to get all up inside of my shorts, and I mean, just like disgusting. And I'm trying to play it cool and be professional. And, I'm like, okay, yeah, because as adult, stars year round, sometimes guys get kind of greedy and ugly and, but I didn't want to make a scene or anything like that. So after the shoot was over, Pac had said that we were going to all get together and have a little party and whatnot, right? And I said, well, are you inviting K-Ci and JoJo? And he said, why? I said, because they're disgusting. They are so gross. And I didn't even want the thought of being in a, party setting with them there and how that happened. Now, I don't know about JoJo. This was K-Ci I have that problem with. And I told him what happened. I said, that was disgusting. He said, don't worry about it. So when we came to the hotel, what was that hotel? It's a hotel in Beverly Hills. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm so embarrassed. If I could remember. In any case, when we got to the hotel that night for the party, everybody was there. Nina was there. Jeannie Pepper was there. Heather was there. I was there. A few other people were there, girls. I can't remember any other men being there except one, and that was the boyfriend of Nina's. He was there. He came with Nina. He brought Nina there. I'm pretty sure that it was like, if Nina's going to any party of Tupac's, I'm going to be there. Make sure she's okay. I'm sure of it. His name was David. And so he was there. That was the only other man, though, that I can recall, seeing him there. So in any case, there was this time where everybody's partying, we're drinking, smoking, Jeannie's putting eggs up her pussy and shooting them out. And I mean, just crazy shit like that, right? So all of a sudden I realized Pac wasn't around. It was a suite, like penthouse-like little suite or something. And so there were different rooms. And I realized he wasn't there, and I went into a room where the door was shut, and there he was on the bed. The bed wasn't turned down or anything. He was just casual. He was laying on his stomach, and he was watching TV. I said, are you cool? Is everything all right? He says, yeah, I'm all right. But he really looked like he was in deep thought about some stuff, and I knew a lot was going on with him, and, there's a lot of things he had to think about. And you know what he was watching? What's that movie with Pony Boy? Do you know what I'm talking about?
A movie with Pony Boy? I can't think of it at the moment.
Oh my gosh, I'm really bad with these names. He was watching it's on the tip of my tongue. Well, it has Pony Boy. He says, stay gold, Pony Boy. God dog it. What is that movie? It had a lot of stars in it, by the way. And he was watching that. It's an older movie, too. Not real old, but at that time, it would have been at least 10 or 15 years old. It's on the tip of my tongue again, just like the name of the hotel again.
The Outsiders?
He was watching. Yeah. Wait a minute. What'd you say?
The Outsiders?
Yes, The Outsiders. He was watching that movie. Seriously. I laid there on the bed with him, and we just watched it for a while. And then he was just like, hey, you hungry? I said, yeah. And do you know he called and ordered like a tuna fish sandwich? You know what I'm saying? Just some tuna fish sandwiches, and that came up, and we ate that and watched it. Everybody's in the rest of the suite partying. Nobody even came in there looking for him. You know, they were all self-absorbed and having a good time. So after we finished, he had went into the main suite area. And I don't know what I did. I think I might have went and started talking to Heather or something. And come to find out, of course, he got involved because he's talking to Nina and her boyfriend. And of course, you know, Nina bought all her whips, you know, her whips and her little handcuffs and all that kind of stuff, dominatrix type stuff. And I'm not kidding you. He was just enthralled with all of that. And I think she whipped him. He whipped her. You know, it's playful. It's nothing harmful, or it wasn't like big old whips or something. They're like little paddle things. I can't even really explain it. And they were just doing that. Nina was giving him some type of a lesson, and it definitely made his dick hard. So next thing you know, they're fucking. But it's not like he got to like take her off in a corner or in the bathroom or in the bedroom and fuck. They were just fucking right there in the middle of the living room. And I'm sure her boyfriend was not going to leave and always make sure that Nina was safe. You know, that's his way of thinking. And so he got turned up by all of that and had a good time. Sex with Nina Hartley. What a dream. What a fantasy. I know, because that Nina Hartley has a black man's dream with that heart-shaped ass. You know what I'm saying? So in any case, Heather and I, we were in the other bedroom where he and I were laying, and she had came in there, and he just had that look on his face, which I knew, you know. He had never had sex with Heather before, and he wanted to have sex with Heather. And so I think we had talked about how I had never had sex with Heather because Heather was just starting in the business when I left the business, and I really didn't work with her or get to know her on that level. And I thought she was very attractive, and I thought, wow, okay, yeah, that would be boss with Pac, right? So he comes in there, lays on the bed, and you know she's going to follow along with whatever because that's what she does. She follows, and you know, of course, we do what we do, and got hot and bothered, and you know, sucking him and kissing her and the whole bit, you know. And then he got to put that dick inside of her and wear her out. And it was so good because I'm a great person on the side. I can keep it going. I know how to talk dirty. I know how to keep it going and to, you know, push it on, make it happen. And so he fucked her, and then she got off and I think passed out on the bed, and then he grabbed me, and it was just that passion all over again because that whole thing was just something we shared. It wasn't me watching him or this and that. We shared fucking Heather, and so it was almost like a turn on for the two of us. And we had sex and passed out, literally. Now, if you ask me where was everybody, I think they're in the other room. I couldn't tell you because the next time I wake up, me and Heather and Pac were all in the same bed. It was the next morning, everybody was gone. So when we did all of that, everybody was in the other rooms or whatever, but everybody left, and I don't even know when. And I know I was passed out, you know, and she and I both had to get up and leave. I think she had to go to New York, and I had to fly back to Memphis. So, and we saw him there on the bed. He was asleep, and that was my last goodbye.
Right. So I want to backtrack a little. I want to make sure I heard you correctly. So while Tupac and Nina Hartley was having sex, Nina Hartley's husband was watching them?
Okay, first off, it wasn't his wife, and it was okay. She was in a three-way marriage, like a man and woman were married, and they added Nina to their scenarios. Dave was more like her boyfriend. She called him her husband, but they really weren't husband and wife, if you know what I'm saying. He and his wife had Nina, if that makes any sense. So he escorted Nina everywhere she went because it was almost like Nina belonged to them. In any case, he was there. Yes, he was there. He came with her to the party. And I know he wasn't thinking, I'm going to send Nina to a party in Tupac's suite by herself, you know. The majority of the folks are black. Yes, it was like that. And not to say he was racist, but you know, that's how all white folks think. In any case, he was there and he did watch. And it was some type of a scenario of like a dominatrix type. I don't know what you call those little toys that they have for a dominatrix type sexual enticement, but I remember the spankings, you know, on the butt, him spanking her, she spanking him. And I just know her boots, her leather boots, thigh highs, you know, her whole look. It was a whole little turn on for him. Her whole little thought, you know, what she wanted to do for him is to treat him to something like that was different. And I know that he fucked the shit out of her. I can tell you that, you know. If you want me to go through how many different positions they had, I couldn't tell you. When you're in the adult industry and sex is such a natural thing and a good thing, on top of that, you're not just that in depth with, no. You could ask Nina how many positions they had and how they did it, but I do know he did fuck the hell out of her. I know that we could hear it, you know, because me and Heather were in the next room. You know, we did go in there and saw what was happening and then let that be and went back into the bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So after Tupac and Nina Hartley did what they did, Tupac had a threesome with you and Heather Hunter. Give me the details on that. And did y'all have a good time?
Of course. Absolutely. Because for he and I, it was neither one of us had ever fucked Heather Hunter. And that's what we wanted to do. He had never fucked Heather. And so he had that opportunity to do so right then and there. And I was the one that egged it on and made it happen. And we were, you know, that was kind of a turn on for the both of us. You know, and so after he had fucked her and she was knocked out for a second there, that's when he and I had sex, and it just was that much more passionate because of, you know, we fucked her. That's how we looked at it. We fucked her, you know? So at that time, Pac was going to be 25 that year. and he was only 24 at the time. I was 33 at the time when I shot that video with him. So I was a little bit older, and he was surprised that I was that much older than him. He thought we would be near the same age. And I said, no, I'm 33. And he was 24. And I think Heather was a little younger than me, but I think she was a little older than him, you know? So tell me, ask me, what, I don't even know what else to say. What I just told you about, I have never told.
Yeah, you're the first person to go into detail about it. I remember seeing an interview from Nina Hartley some years ago, and she spoke on it. But all she said was Tupac could have been a porn star. How you feel about her saying that Tupac could have been a porn star?
I think I said it best when I told you he fucked the hell out of her, right? Yes, because you can hear those bodies smacking, when he's hitting. Pac is a great lover. That man, yes, Pac knows how to fuck. He was a great lover, and he had a really nice cock, and it's not really a cock, it was a dick. I can say it like that. Yes, there is a difference between a dick and a cock. Yeah, it was a dick. And I remember that when we had first had sex at the apartment, he had told me about how they said that he didn't have one of his sacks because of being shot. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Right. I heard.
And he was all together. There was nothing missing. Everything was there. Everything was there, from sucking his cock. So, yeah, everything was there. And he was, he loved sex. He loved women. So if you were attractive, you were, you had something about you, he could get turned down right quick and go right to business. But he was I never saw him mistreat anyone, even the girls that he had spoke to that day on the set, y'all need to stop talking. He didn't, he just made a point and a statement and let it be, but he spent all his time with us. He wasn't with those other girls, I think there might have been some crazy stuff going on, especially with K-Ci and JoJo. Those disgusting. God, disgusting. But they weren't with any of us girls. It was other girls, the video girls, like the scene in the hot tub. I heard that turned into something. No, I was not there. I was back in my room. I wasn't even in that scene. But when they did that hot tub scene, I heard, you can look at the girls. You don't see any of the adult girls in that,
Right. Another thing I wanted to ask you, Tupac bodyguard Frank Alexander. I remember. Do you know who that is? Because I remember he did an interview where he was detailing that day. He was pretty much talking about how everybody on set was having sex or whatever, and they was just trying to find whatever.
On where? On what set? If he said something about that, he was definitely talking about what happened in that jacuzzi scene, because I had heard the next day that when they shot that jacuzzi, this was like a 2-day shoot when they shot this. And the first day, the end of the day, that's when they shot the jacuzzi. Probably outrageous shit happened that night that I heard, not in detail that I can even talk about, because if I was there, I could. All right. But with the adult girls, no. It would have been with those video girls. And if you go back and look at the footage of when they're in the hot tub, you'll see who all's in the hot tub, what girls are in the hot tub. K-Ci's in the hot tub. You understand? And what could have went down. You know, so if he spoke about that, that's who he's talking about. He definitely, there was no other men at the private party after the rap. Oh, what is the name of that hotel? I know you know this hotel. Everybody stays in it. Oh, that's going to kill me. In any case, he wasn't there, and he wasn't in the trailer. There weren't just people just hanging out in the trailer. It was just all of the adult girls, and Pac would come in and out. You know, like I remember he asked, what did y'all want to eat, you know, and I think we asked for some hot wings, so he had somebody go get us all hot wings and bring them back to the, you know, trailer. That was just for us, and we had alcohol, and we could drink and, you know, smoke, but there weren't extra people. When we went and got made up, we went to the makeup trailer to get the makeup on, to get the outfit on, you know. But I don't know who that is. I hope that didn't ruin the story.
No, it didn't. And I think the hotel you're talking about, if I'm not mistaken, would it be called the Peninsula?
No, that's not it. I will know it if you say it. And it's eating me away. I keep hoping that it'll pop in my mind. It's a really nice hotel. Because I was there with Bobby Brown one time. Oh my God, what is the name of that hotel? Oh, that's going to make me crazy. It's a nice hotel. That isn't helping you either.
No, because I'm from Houston, so I wouldn't know about LA hotels anyway. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know if I said it, you would say, okay. Because, I mean, a lot of people have stayed there. A lot of people. It's a really nice hotel. But they have different suites. Many different suites. And he had a really nice suite there.
Out of curiosity, was there any other Death Row artist that was involved in the sexual escapades after y'all shot the How Do You Want It video, or was it just Tupac?
It was only Pac. If any other adult girl said there were other people who were there, I don't know who they were and what they're talking about, but I could swear on everything. Everything. It was only us girls and Pac.
Right.
And that was at the after party, you know. So there was no security. There was nothing there. Not at the private party afterwards, with the exception of David, you know, Nina's boyfriend. He was there when she had sex, but that's it. Jeannie Pepper was there. Champagne was there. And that's funny that Champagne was there and she had a boyfriend that was there, but she's a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And, there was no sexual nothing going on there. I know Pac didn't have sex with her at all. I can tell you exactly who he had sex with. He had sex with Nina, and then he had sex with Heather and I don't even recall, but he had sex with Jeannie Pepper, and she was there.
Right. So the only people he had sex with was you, Nina Hartley, and Heather Hunter.
Yeah,